Okay. Okay, great. Hi. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I really, really appreciate it. I I am so over the moon excited about what I'm going to share. I see ya. Hang on just a second. Okay. All right. Are we all good? Can everybody? I hope everybody can hear me. And all right, I think we're good to go today. Yeah, I am going to share some drawing with you today. I have been working wholeheartedly, nonstop on drawing over the course of the last year and a half or so. And I have something, a new workshop that I'm just released that just talking about it makes me a little emotional because it's so dear to me. Really the culmination of many, many years of study and teaching, and I'm finally releasing it to everybody, and I'm really excited. It's really so much of everything I do kind of encapsulated, and so much of what I think is amazing about being an artist and about drawing and painting, because it's all related. So whether you are a sketcher, a sketchbook person, a drawer, or a painter, pastelist, oil painter, watercolorist, it doesn't matter. This is something that I hope you'll check out and will be interested in. And yeah, today I'm selling something because I think it's something that is so amazing that everyone should have. I made this new workshop that I'm releasing, Drawing Inside and Out. I made it for myself because I needed it. And so I'm going to share that journey with you today. I'm going to try not to get emotional because it's so dear to me. I'm going to start out with a reading because that always helps me just kind of get in the flow. And so I found a couple of things on drawing that really are really meaningful to me. So we'll start out there, and then I'm going to talk about the workshop. I'm going to show you some of my sketchbooks, which if you know me at all, you know how strongly I feel about sketchbooks and how I wish I would have always been a diehard sketcher over the course of my 30 plus, almost 40 plus year career as a artist and art instructor, but I didn't really. And I always talk about how if my house was on fire, the thing that I would be going for is my pile of sketchbooks rather than my flat file full of paintings. And now I'm really happy to say that pile is getting pretty big. So I'm going to have a harder time getting out of the house now, which kind of makes me really happy. But anyway, so I'm going to share about that, and then I'm going to do some drawing for you today, promise. But I want to take a moment to share. And this is out of a really, really wonderful book, Law's Guide to Drawing Birds. And it is specifically about drawing birds, but he talks about drawing in ways that I really connect with. And so this is paraphrased out of this a little bit. The greatest rewards from drawing come from opening ourselves to the beauty that is around us every day. The more you draw, the more you will see and remember. Drawing helps us look again and again until we discover new subtlety in the wonder and wonder in the familiar. And then it goes on to a quote by Mary Oliver. Let me keep my mind on what matters, which is my work, which is mostly standing still and learning to be astonished. Mary Oliver. I love that. Standing still and learning to be astonished. We assume that if we can see, we know how to observe, but true observation is a skill that we must practice and learn. The deeper we look, the more the miracle of being alive opens to our eyes. Every drawing is an investigation and an opportunity to see more details of the world. Drawing makes you look again and again, even at the things that you think you already know. From this exercise, you will discover incredible things about the world around you. Drawing reinforces the sort of gestalt observations that advanced birders use to identify birds from fleeting glimpses and poor light. Another gift of drawing is that you will vividly remember what you have seen. Your brain erases memories that it does not consider vital to your survival. Lost in this are many beautiful and vivid experiences. The reinforcement of drawing locks experiences into your memory. And then he says, give yourself permission to draw. And I believe that we need to do that. We don't do it. We don't give ourselves permission to do this simple thing. You can do this right now. Make a resolution to throw yourself into drawing for the next year. Let it become a joyful obsession. You will discover that the world opens up to you in ways that you could never have predicted. There is a powerful myth that drawing is an innate ability that some are lucky enough to be born with, while others do not have the gift. This is utterly false. You are no more born an artist than a chef or a mechanic. Drawing is a skill that you develop by practice. If you draw regularly, then you will be able to draw, not the other way around. Many of us remember discouraging words, perhaps in our childhoods, that made us stop drawing, and we have not picked up a pencil since. It is difficult to start again as an adult because our fragile egos do not give us room to make mistakes and try new things which we are not already good at. Every drawing is practice for the next one. The greatest secret to drawing well is to make a lot of pictures. Skill is simply a factor of time spent with pencil in hand. Make yourself draw regularly for 1 year. At the end of the year, you will not recognize your work from when you started. And wow, yeah, it's hard for me to talk about because a little over a year ago, I was in Italy, and I had made, Tony Elaine had been here doing a workshop for me before, and Tony's a big sketcher, and I really got that, I got inspired by Tony, and so when I went to Italy, I was like, I am gonna sketch. And I had some new ideas about that from Tony. Thank you, Tony, very much. And so I had some good success when I was there. And there's amazing things to draw and sketch there. Open spaces, interior spaces, exterior spaces, not just drawing a little, an object, but drawing people and things and cars and buildings in space, in perspective. And I was able to do it. And I came home and I was like, wow, why was I able to do that? How was I able to do that better, differently than I had ever done before? And I really kind of had to really put on my teacher's hat and like figure out, okay, what was I doing differently that I was that came to me more easily. And I've been teaching a long time, and I have had I've been lucky enough to have an amazing art education, pretty academic art education. I worked as an illustrator for some 20 years and then moved into the fine art field. So I consider myself a good draftsman, figure drawing, that I can draw, and I could draw, but I wasn't very good at like getting things in spaces, interiors, and like really figuring out a space. I could draw things, but not in proportion in spaces very well. I had to really, have the right photo reference, and I had, it was trickier for me. So there were limits on me. And so when I got back, like I was saying, I was really like analyzing what was I doing. And a couple things dawned on me. I was like, okay, I did this, this, and this. And I did those together, and I did those in a particular way. And I was like, whoa, no one in all my years of art education and all the books that I've read, no one said, do this, this, and this, do it this way. And if you do that, it'll come together. And so I put that together for myself. And then I'm like, wow, I have to do a workshop. I have to teach this because it's so damn powerful. It's damn powerful. And so that's what this workshop is. It's the culmination of that. And I show you what I did. And darn it, I spent the entire year drawing. And now, in fact, yesterday I went out. I was out doing an errand, and I forgot I was working on getting my car set up for plein air painting because I'm planning on going out this weekend. And so I moved a bunch of tools around. And so I didn't have my sketchbook in my backpack when I went out. And I panicked a little because I have been drawing and sketching so much that it's attached to my hip now. Everywhere I go, I'm drawing and sketching everywhere, all the time. And I'm hooked. And there's nothing that I feel that I can't draw now. I can draw anything, anywhere. I really can. That doesn't mean that all of them are going to be great. Some are definitely better than others, but I can draw anything. And I think I can, and I can show you how to do that too. And this workshop does that. It really does. It has some powerful things I've never seen put together. And so, yeah. And I have to say, I don't want to take too much time. I'm going on and on because I'm so I feel so strongly about this. The drawing, not only can I draw anything, anywhere, it made me see the world in a completely different way. Because when I got back from Italy, the other thing about coming back home, I was a little cranky, honestly. It's like, darn, I was in Italy for almost a month, and I can't come back, and I live in a pretty lovely place in Oregon, but I was still cranky about being like, home. Very, very entitled sort of attitude, honestly. Um, but I was, and this drawing made me see everything anew. It gave me, it let me see the beauty in the everyday, the beauty in the Popeyes around the corner, the beauty in the way the shadows come across, and the beauty of, the light in the doorway. And just, it really made me see through artist's eyes anew. And it also did something else for me. It improved my painting. So I've had a good year because I come at painting and drawing with a fresh new attitude and new eyes, and even simple compositions. I have a better handle on composition. I have a better handle on the things that I want to paint. And I So now we can play the little short, Bryce. I won an award last week, and I'm really proud of it because I get into shows, but I don't win too many awards actually, and I did the other day. So we could play that little short.
Hello everyone, today Red Rock Pastel Society of Nevada is celebrating our 2025 member exhibition. First place, Art Supplies by Marla Baguetta.
Welcome to your session wrap on year 7, month 1, when to stop. I'm gonna do a couple things on this piece. I think it's a really good example of something that needs less, not more. I don't think it's far. I think it's just a matter of a few marks.
This is different. This is just really loose, a lot of movement, not overstated, and just the right amount of detail. Nicely seen, the model.
And second place, Tonya Lane, Morton Marsh.
This is called Morton Marsh. So what I thought I would do is show you how we bring a pretty mundane photograph up to another level.
Beautiful piece. Look at that green in the horizon line. That's great. Really spontaneous, but good use of color and design. It's a great little piece.
So, yeah, so I'm pretty proud. I hate tooting my own horn, but I had to because I'm just so excited about it. Yeah, so, yeah, so it is transformed everything about my art practice, this drawing. And so I want everybody to have that same feeling about their work. So check out the workshop. Go to the website and check it out. Drawing Inside and Out. It's an awesome workshop. I'm going to show you some sketchbooks, and then we'll show you a little thing that we put together that talks about the workshop. So yeah, let's. I'm going to get out some sketchbooks. This was the main one that I started with last year, and I'll show you the tools that I use too. So I pretty much bring something like this with me wherever I go now. I put this on the spine because I put these on my shelf on my bookshelf, and I'm working on getting better at doing the typography. And so this is sign painting paint. So it sticks on here, won't come off. And I made this little page. I designed this, and then I'd make a little beginning page for each of my sketchbooks. And this was one of the very first ones I did, and this is Selwood. And I'll just try to go through pretty quick. But I painted, I drew everywhere, and I pretty much I did a lot of drawings at Starbucks. And so I would go in the morning, I'd go for my morning walk, and I'd have my Starbucks coffee. And the Starbucks that's right near me, it's pretty urban. And so I've drawn that, and those ladies in that Starbucks, boy, they know me. There's a different one, some city streets. I just plopped down on the curb and drew. These are done with marker and pencil, Sharpies. Really, most of the tools that I'm using, yep, this is right down the center, but so what, still works as a drawing. These drawings are mostly done in under half an hour, just about. Let me see, I'm gonna find some of my favorites in here. I really like this one. This couple was really engrossed in conversation at the Starbucks. And I like this drawing because it really shows the inside and the out. And I just used a lighter touch and lighter value for the exterior, and let the interior figures be a little more prominent. But I went up to these folks at the end. I was a little embarrassed, like, do you, I just, because they could see me that I was sketching them. and I don't want to be too, intrusive, but they were so excited. And in all the sketching that I've been doing, oh, the other thing about the workshop, I show you how to include figures really easily. In figures, there's a chapter on including figures. There's a chapter on including vehicles. And not all of, I like this one because it's the big shapes. I like this one also because it's the inside and out, the exterior and then the reflection, and you can kind of see a little bit of the inside of the coffee shop here. Kind of a unusual composition. This one too, the nice big shapes. This one, I'm sitting right down there on the curb on my walk. This is at an ice cream shop. I'm sitting and having my ice cream, and this is the gas station. This is the Fred Meyer's right by me, and I'm sitting right there on the curb. Most of these are done right on site. This one too, that was that same day. I turned around and looked in the other direction. This is a different Starbucks. So you can see the drawings are not, they're not 100% perfect, but they're really convincing, feel really solid. This one's just a little bit different kind of vibe. This is sitting in front of the Apple store waiting for something one day. This is at a park. More inside that Starbucks. I know that Starbucks really well. And I always say I learned to draw at Starbucks, and I kind of did. This is a Voodoo Donuts that's right near me. I like this one. I like this big composition. Drawing like this is in the workshop. There's quite a few that are in the workshop that are like this. Another one where I really like that kind of inside and out look. This one's a little different, but you can see, kind of get the idea. And then let me see if, then I kind of shifted focus a little bit. This sketchbook is a toned sketchbook. You can see I like this sketchbook too. It's a hemimule paper, and it's kind of thin. See, so it's a little bit lighter weight when it goes into my backpack. That's kind of nice. And I started doing some other kinds of things. This is one of the sketches from Italy. That's the Pitti Palace. This is a different local coffee shop. And I started doing some other little thumbnail kind of compositions around. And then included some other kinds of things in some of these sketchbooks. Let me see, I have some pages tagged. Then I started doing these doodles, and I just wanted to show you some of these doodles because the whole practice of drawing has been really powerful in other ways, just in other modes of drawing. The Laws book, he talks about that when you sit and draw something, it gets kind of burned into your memory in a different way than any other thing. So these are all drawn from memory. I'm sitting at in a meeting or somewhere, and I'm just able to draw these things. And I never could do that before. I could not, but I can now. This one is in the workshop. So it was not drawn on site. Some more doodles. Lots of doodles. I love doing them. I like this little sketch. This one was done on site. And the scale of the figure and the cars. It's just, I was not really able to do that before, and I'm just able to plop myself down and do it. their Italy scene. More doodles. And I think they're really fun to do. And the other thing about doodling is it's really, really calming. And boy, you know, we need that this day and age, getting off your phone and getting out a pen and pencil. There's something really amazing about it. Some chickens, roosters, and this interior scene. That's my living room. These ducks I love ducks. I'm just, some of you guys know that ducks are mascot kind of for the business. And I did these ducks plein air in Reno when I went to the plein air convention. So these guys were fun to do. And I also did this at the plein air convention. And so just getting the figures in and getting them in really simple. Again, something I was never able to do prior to this practice that I've engaged in. So yeah, really cool. And I won't take any more time showing you these because I want to get some drawing in today. But there are lots more sketches. And I'm really doing a good job of filling up those sketchbooks. So, all right, before I get to drawing today, let's show the drawing commercial, a little promo of it, kind of talks all about it. Have you ever walked into a beautiful space, maybe a cozy cafe in Paris or your own sunlit living room, and wished you could capture that feeling on paper? Today, I'm thrilled to share my online workshop, Drawing Inside and Out, where I'll teach you the 3 fundamental secrets that give you the complete set of skills to sketch anywhere. Whether you're inside sipping your favorite beverage at a local coffee shop or outside capturing a bustling street corner. After decades as an artist, I could draw, but I kept hitting limits that held me back. Then a breakthrough moment in Italy changed everything. I suddenly understood how things fit together in spaces. 3 simple concepts, when combined in the right sequence, busted open those barriers and revealed endless creative possibilities. Together, they unlock the key to truly seeing how every element in a space relates to everything else. I'll show you how to unlock these secrets in combination. Through over 30 video lessons and demonstrations, we'll sketch together in Italian piazzas, cozy coffee shops, neighborhood streets, and quiet garden spaces. You'll see me tackle everything from bustling street scenes with cars and people to an intimate living room corner and a local waterfront park. But here's what really matters. This isn't just about technique. When you sit down to draw and apply these secrets, you enter a deeply meditative state. The mental chatter quiets. You become completely present, truly seeing the world around you. Each sketch becomes its own meditation. It's transformative. And the best part, this is for everyone, young or old, beginner or advanced. If you can draw a rectangle, find a horizontal line, and decide how big something is, you can do this. With lifetime access to over 16 hours of video instruction, you can learn at your own pace and revisit the lessons whenever you need them. Plus, you'll join a supportive community of sketchers who share your passion. Imagine being able to pull out your sketchbook anywhere, at your local coffee shop, a vacation spot, even your office cubicle, and confidently capturing what you see. No more creative limitations, just pure presence and possibilities. Now I look at every space as an opportunity, every view as a potential sketch, and each drawing session as a chance to quiet my mind and truly see. I want to share that freedom with you. Ready to transform your sketching? Join me in Drawing Inside and Out, and discover how 3 simple secrets can unlock a lifetime of creative possibilities. Let's start sketching together. Okay, yay. I'm so proud of it, and it's so, I worked really, really hard to make everything very, very easy and clear, accessible, so that people that um, have never drawn before, never wanted to draw before, that it's accessible to them. People that, I have so many students too that paint that have a little bit of a block about drawing, or maybe even a big block. And it holds them back because then it puts a limit on what they can paint well. And hopefully this workshop will help people just fall in love like I have with drawing. I really have. I'm obsessed with it. I really am obsessed with it in a good way. If you're going to have an obsession and addiction, this is one to have. It's definitely one to have. So join me in being obsessed. All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the tools that I'm going to use today. I'm going to be in my toned sketchbook here today. This is a different one. I have a ton now, and honestly I have a bunch of drawings going, and I probably have 5 different sketchbooks going right now, because they, I have different sizes and they go with me different places. And the one thing I have allowed myself to do, because I'm doing that, I have allowed myself to cut and paste. So I do like to keep sketches kind of from a time frame together. So I kind of put them in a main sketchbook so that all the fall drawings are in one place, kind of, and so I do allow myself to do that. A couple of the sketchbooks have perforated pages. I like those. So you can just pull them out. And then there's some, the sketchbook is a place that can be super private. You don't have to share them with anybody. Or they can be a place that you want to share, and I like to share mine. So, I do curate them. There's nothing wrong with, that didn't look so good in there, pulling it out and putting something else in. So I allow myself all those possibilities. All right, let's take a look at my toolkit here. Now, I've had a bunch of different wraps also. I have a leather one that I got from a guy in the Ukraine, which I really do like, but I wound up switching to this just because of its flexibility, and I do really like this. This is not, if you Google this, I forget what it's called, but it's for tools. It's not really for like construction tools. It's not necessarily for drawing, but it works really, really well. And I love this little zipper case. And I have some business cards in here, and I have a sharpener and a little bit of tape in here. And I also bring along a little straight edge. Sometimes, I don't use it very much, but sometimes. So different Sharpies. This is a big jumbo one, king size one. These regular Sharpies. I love these mechanical pencils. They're cheap, and they're lightweight, and I just like them. And then these are just regular old Pilot felt tips. Now white. There was a question in the chat about white. I definitely use gouache, white gouache. And where is my white gouache? It's not in here because I moved it, because I'm moving things around right now. But I have a little pill container that has some white gouache in it that usually lives right there. And then I usually bring a small brush with me. And these This is neat. This is Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen, and it's white, and it's pretty neat. I'll show it to you. I've been liking this guy quite a lot. There's gel pens and different kinds of gel pens that have different kinds of white. And then I also, for a softer white, sometimes in the skies, I'm just going to use a white colored pencil, a Prismacolor pencil. And then I do have a couple other Prisma colored pencils. And then I do often employ just a regular graphite pencil as well. So that's kind of my tool set. And then some markers. I have my markers set up like this for today, but I usually do slip a few markers in here. But since I'm at home, this setup makes it so that I can really see what I'm doing here. I like the chart pack markers a little bit more than the Prismacolor markers, and the primary reason that I like the chart pack is this: the numbers on the ends, on the caps, and the numbering on the label here is also bigger. On the Prismacolor ones, their labeling is so small, and when you're in the midst of your drawing, one of the things you want to be able to do is work kind of fast. And if you're working fast, if you can't see what it is that you're picking up, it just makes it harder. So I do like the chart pack because of that. Okay, so today's drawing is this beautiful flower shop scene that I came across. This is in a neighborhood that's nearby where I live, Selwood, and I think it's just really lovely. I wish there was a person in there, so I might put a person at the end of the pathway there. We'll see if we get to that. But I'm just going to start in. I'm going to start with some washes with the markers. I've got a little idea of the sketch. I've got where I want things to go, basically, and just a basic start of what's going to go on here. So I think that that's not too bad. And in the workshop, definitely show you everything about what I do. So that's pretty cool. And so we'll just get in and do a little sketching. I just love it. I just all about it. I also, so after this live stream today, I'm going to be doing a critique for my monthly subscribers, my monthly pastel painting lessons subscribers. And I'm hoping some of you are watching this right now. If you are, take heed. This workshop is for you guys, and you guys get, my members get a great discount on all the standalone workshops. And this, if you are one of those, this is it, guys. Also, Sarah Rose, if you are watching, check your Facebook messaging. Let's see. I'm just getting some blocking and some big shapes. I'll come over to this other side now. And I think I'm just gonna think about this as, oh, I want some of these like this. Okay. This can all go. Even the bike, maybe. Right. I like this idea right here that these are the drawing tools that are showing up in the drawing. I like when a drawing can be self-referential in some way. I think that's pretty interesting and cool. There's all kinds. These are in here like that. Kind of skip around those a little bit. That's neat. All right. And then up here. And then this is the yeah, it's coming together. I like that. There's this little truck right there. Okay, that's where I would want to put a person, I think. All right, now I'm going to get my Sharpie. I keep on hand a couple of different Sharpies. This one can see it's a little old, and it's got a different kind of line where hopefully this one's newer. Yeah, so this one's newer. So the one that's a little, so I keep them in my pouch because I like the ones that are running out a little bit. Let's- this- Come back to that. And then look at and see what's going on here. Oh, that's some dappled light right back in there. It's pretty cool. What's that? Tree. The drawing is just such a amazing thing. I'm quiet, right? You just get so absorbed. There's just nothing like it. You can't really do it without just getting completely absorbed. I feel like I'll never ever be bored. I mean, I don't. How could I ever be bored ever again? I can't. There's just no way. It's just not going to happen because I just, all I need is this sketchbook, and it keeps me off my stupid phone. Like that obsession is the dumbest thing ever. And so this is just the antithesis of that for me. I think most of us could use a little bit of relief from that these days. That's kind of coming together nice. Oops, I dropped to go down and get my Sharpie here. All right. So there's a little, let's see, which one is that? Oh, this is that one. There's right here, there's a little awning thing. And that's cool. And then there's that little barrel right there, a couple little barrels. There, the sidewalk. Dark shapes. The thing is, these are just shapes. So This is just such a charming little flower shop. It's really beautiful. And the ladies, I went in there, actually Bryce and I went there, and the ladies were so sweet, weren't they, Bryce? They were just like, oh, like, come on in, you can draw, just, yeah, really cute. I was like, can I sit here and draw? And they're like, oh, sure. I don't have to say everything exact, but I'm just kind of getting the flavor of most of what's there. Get some of these. Super cute. Does that. This is the edge of the building. Guys, and honestly, I'm being honest. I could not have done this. I couldn't have done this kind of drawing before. I didn't know how. I'm gonna get a little bit of this in, and the tools, because I think that just that's so fun to have the drawing stuff showing up in here. Right? This is neat. Maybe some of the bike. And it doesn't, again, I'm not looking for perfect drawings. I'm looking for, is it expressive of the moment and where I was, and such a cool thing. I don't know, this is a little stairway up, I guess. This goes down this way. Something like that. Close. All right, do I want to try to put a person back here? I think so. No, try. It can be small. Right there. That's it. Put some clothes on them later. And this would be fun to put some color on. There's a cool tree right in here. Maybe I'll try to get that in. Okay. I think. That. Yeah, maybe I'll add a little bit of white. And it'd be neat to get the those banners in there too. So okay, let's do some white. I'm gonna start with just some colored pencil in the sky. And the colored pencil is nice because it's a little, softer. It's not quite as jarring as the gouache. Though I like the gouache. It has it's great. It's really fun to use. But this is also quicker. White stuff over here. This molding wouldn't be really white because it's in shadow, but it might be fine to do this in a sketch. There's actually a window right there, but it doesn't have to be exactly architecturally accurate. There's some lights that are hanging that would be fun to try to get. And at this point in the drawing, if I had more time, I would come in with a little bit more fine point pen and get a few of these sort of details just come in. Though I like what's here, and I wouldn't want to overdo it. I'm not going to overwork something like this. I feel like it gets the flavor of it really nice. But I might do something like, it'd be fun to put some red there. It might be fun to, make the chair red. Something like that. Maybe something out here, red. I don't know. Just have fun with it. And then the other thing I really like to do, and it's probably the main thing that I do with the straight edge, is I like to just bound the, make an edge to this sketch. And then I might put some type. I might write some notes, write something about the place or about how my day is going, what I'm feeling. What's going on. Maybe some of these can get some color. That's fun. I don't bring a bunch of color with me when I'm out and about, because it really does get to be a lot, and I already feel like I bring probably a little too much with me, so I try to keep it minimal. And so the kind of thing I would do is, all right, do I want to give a little bit more emphasis to some of the line work, thick and thin? And I might go in there and do that. And I might work the foliage a little bit. Play with it a little bit. That's pretty nice. And then I would put the date. What is it? It's 9. What's today's date?
26.
26. 25. Give it a little sign, and I'd say, I did this as a live stream. All right. Cool.
You got a couple questions?
Yeah, I do.
All right. A simple one. It looks like there's a sheet of paper, but do you put anything behind the page to
Yes.
bleed through?
This is good question. That's a really good question. Yes, I do. This I keep this. This is a little bit of a piece of cardstock, because the marker does bleed through. The Sharpie does bleed through, and though I don't mind that little artifacts, sometimes it gets to be a lot. So yeah.
I'm not sure about this next one because I can smell the markers you're using, but do you have suggestions for markers that are not as smelly for those with allergies?
I would just Google it, honestly. I'm sure there are probably some brands. Yeah, the Sharpies do smell, and it's one thing I am aware of, like when I'm about in public. Sometimes I try to be thoughtful of the people around me, because, like, for instance, I was just on a plane, and I was doing this on a plane, and I really tried to keep the heavy duty markers from the plane on the plane. So yeah. Anything else?
So
Okay, so when I was just on a short vacation and I went to Hawaii and I brought watercolors. Watercolors are, and because I went to Hawaii and there's color, it's so beautiful. The color is astounding there. And so I had to have something that had color. So I brought watercolor and I just brought a little kit. No, I like it all. I like all of it. This workshop shows you how to structure any sketch in any media. So yeah, in the workshop itself, I'm using particular tools, but the practice and the principles that I present in the workshop apply to anything that you want to draw or paint, honestly. Absolutely. So yeah, I love it all. I'm a nut. I have so many art supplies, it's crazy. Yeah.
are you going to Pace next year?
Pace, the plein air convention. I have to pick and choose. Luckily, I get to pick and choose. And I'm going to IAPS, and I'll be at IAPS, and I'm planning on going to Italy again. We'll be announcing those dates really very soon. So yeah, probably not Pace. Yeah, yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for being here today. I really hope you'll check out the Drawing Inside Out workshop. It's amazing. It's powerful. Everybody should get it. Your grandma should get it. Your kids should get it. Everybody should have it. If you like to draw, get it, because it's pretty reasonable price, easy tools, and if you have the inclination to draw but think you don't know how or can't, but you kind of have that thing, oh, maybe get it. It's so great. It's a great, I have to say, we did do a good job. I did a good job. So yeah. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.